Welcome to the Dinar Daily, the channel where we decode the most significant developments in the world of global currency, with a singular focus on Iraq. We are witnessing what could become one of the most consequential monetary shifts in modern history, unfolding right now in Baghdad. For years, the subject of the Iraqi dinar's value, often referred to through the term revaluation, has been a quiet conversation, fueled mostly by speculation and hope. However, a profound transformation is now taking place, moving the narrative from rumor to verifiable reality, backed by official statements and tangible preparations. The whispers have given way to explicit announcements from the highest levels of Iraq's financial authority. The core of this monumental news originates directly from the Central Bank of Iraq. Senior officials have gone on national record to confirm that the dinar's exchange rate is poised for a dramatic and imminent strengthening. Crucially, the confirmed target increase is not incremental or minor. The bank itself has publicly stated the new rate is expected to be 3 times more potent than its current standing. This threefold increase is a figure that has sent immediate shockwaves through all financial sectors, both within Iraq's borders and across the international investment community that has been closely monitoring this currency for decades. This is an official declaration of intent, signaling a final phase in a long-term monetary strategy. For anyone who holds Iraqi dinar, this transition marks an extraordinary moment. To comprehend the magnitude of this movement, one must recognize that a triple rate increase fundamentally redefines the dinar's global position and its domestic purchasing power. The idea of the currency moving into a realm of genuine, sustained strength is no longer a distant theoretical possibility. It has been solidified as a near-term fiscal objective of the nation's central bank. This decisive action is a clear reflection of the immense economic progress that has been quietly cultivated behind the scenes, positioning Iraq for a significant economic resurgence on the world stage. The initial detonation of this news occurred when a top central bank official spoke openly about the need to align the dinar's official exchange rate with the true underlying market value of the Iraqi economy. This technical language, when translated into real-world impact, is a signal of a historic policy pivot, a monumental endeavor to reverse decades of currency undervaluation. This undervaluation was a lingering remnant of geopolitical strife and economic isolation. Now, the goal is to finally restore the national currency's strength and integrity, making it a proud symbol of the nation's renewed stability and immense resource wealth. The official then quantified this goal, confirming that the new, revitalized exchange rate is slated to be 3 times stronger than the one currently in circulation. This precise public figure immediately triggered profound reactions in global financial hubs. Following this explicit confirmation, a wave of reports began to emerge from commercial banking institutions across Iraq, indicating that they have already started the crucial process of updating their internal transaction and accounting systems. This systematic overhaul moves the situation definitively beyond mere speculation and into the tangible realm of practical activation. When a national financial authority employs terminology like final phase to describe a monetary reform, it indicates a blueprint is fully complete and the time for execution is rapidly approaching. The transition is no longer a matter of if, but when, and every logistical step suggests that when could be very soon. The current trading value hovers around 1,310 dinar per US dollar. A triple strength appreciation would see that rate move dramatically closer to approximately 435 dinar per US dollar. This calculation shows the sheer transformative nature of the shift being discussed. While the numbers may seem abstract, their practical effect is enormous. A million dinar, which holds a relatively modest US dollar value today, would instantly command 3 times that value upon implementation of the new rate. This is not simply a shift in a number on a ledger, it is an economic earthquake. For the average Iraqi citizen, this translates into an immediate and substantial boost to their purchasing power, a vital stabilization of the prices of imported goods, and a profound restoration of confidence and national pride in their own currency's stability and value. The consequences for the international investment community are equally profound, potentially marking the beginning of a long-anticipated, full-scale economic revival for the nation. The prospect of the dinar regaining a value that genuinely reflects Iraq's economic potential is morphing from a long-held fantasy into an imminent fiscal reality. The strength of this move is underpinned by genuine, verifiable economic factors that have reached a critical mass, compelling the central bank to act at this precise historical juncture. The question, why now, is answered by a confluence of powerful forces. The foremost and most compelling factor driving this bold decision is the country's foreign currency reserves. Iraq's reserves are currently at record-breaking levels, comfortably exceeding $100 billion. This colossal financial cushion provides the nation with a degree of monetary stability that is among the strongest in the entire Middle East. This unprecedented reserve capacity furnishes the dinar with the necessary hard currency backing required to confidently execute a massive strengthening without placing undue strain or volatility on the wider domestic economy. Iraq has, for the first time in a generation, the financial muscle to support a national currency of significant value. Compounding this reserve strength is a second, equally critical factor: a highly disciplined and stable control over domestic inflation. Over the past year, Iraq has successfully managed to keep its inflation rate within a remarkably manageable range of 3% to 4%. This achievement is particularly notable in a region frequently afflicted by significant swings in energy prices and the costs of imported commodities. This sustained price stability provides the central bank with the essential monetary breathing room required to execute a major currency strengthening without the paralyzing fear of causing an immediate, uncontrollable spike in consumer prices. High reserves coupled with low inflation create the perfect, textbook conditions for a successful currency revaluation. The third fundamental reason for this timely action is a concerted push for international alignment and modernization. Behind the scenes, global financial powerhouses such as the International Monetary Fund (IMF), the World Bank, and high-level U.S. Treasury officials have consistently encouraged Iraq to modernize its financial framework. They have urged the country to align its official exchange rate much closer to its underlying economic value. Iraq has been recognized as a sleeping giant, rich in immense oil and natural resources, yet perpetually undervalued on paper due to systemic inefficiencies. The adoption of new electronic payment systems and deepening international partnerships are now bringing the country into full compliance with global fiscal standards, allowing the exchange rate to finally reflect its true strength. The world is actively signaling its desire for Iraq to be a fully integrated and robust player in the global economy. The fourth and perhaps most powerful reason behind this monumental monetary decision is the will of the Iraqi people. For years, ordinary citizens have demanded a stronger dinar, feeling disconnected from their country's immense wealth due to high everyday costs and the currency's poor purchasing power. The nation's leadership has made the restoration of the national currency's dignity a matter of official policy and a public promise. This triple rate increase is viewed as the tangible fulfillment of that pledge, transforming it from a mere economic policy into a matter of profound national pride. The people are ready to see their dinar reflect the true strength of their nation, and it appears their time has arrived. The groundwork for this impending moment has been meticulously laid out by the Central Bank of Iraq over the past year. This has included the quiet but comprehensive rollout of new electronic payment systems across all government institutions, a crucial step toward decashing the economy and improving financial transparency. They have also integrated with the Arab Regional Payment Platform, facilitating cross-border trade settlements directly in dinar, which increases the currency's utility and demand. Furthermore, the introduction of new, smaller currency denominations, such as the 50 dinar note, was a subtle but profound signal to economists. Printing smaller notes only makes logical sense if the currency's value is expected to rise significantly, thereby increasing the utility of those smaller bills. Each of these actions was a calculated, sequential step toward achieving full revaluation readiness. The current statement from the central bank is not an isolated event. It is the final piece of a meticulously orchestrated sequence of deliberate actions. The confidence displayed by officials on national television, openly discussing the move toward true market value, combined with reports of commercial banks actively updating their internal systems for the new rate structures, paints a clear picture. The transition is actively underway. Reports even suggest that some banking systems within Iraq have commenced internal testing using the new rate templates on digital platforms, which is a rollout, not a rumor. In the hours immediately following the televised confirmation, various online communities dedicated to tracking the dinar's status were flooded with reports from reliable banking insiders. Sources in both the Middle East and Europe reportedly confirmed that the new currency conversion figures have been communicated, and they are simply awaiting the final activation notice. Furthermore, signals of imminent change came from international banks, including some in the U.S. and the Gulf region, which reportedly conducted weekend system updates that included new protocol for Middle Eastern currencies. These data points collectively and consistently point to the same conclusion. The new dinar rate is no longer a hypothetical concept. It is poised for a real-time switch. This sudden and highly coordinated activity has generated massive interest, extending far beyond the investor community to include respected financial analysts across the Middle East. Experts have noted a dramatic shift in the central bank's language, which is no longer vague or cautious but assertive and definitive. They are not saying we might adjust the rate, but rather we are aligning the rate. This change in lexicon is a form of central bank code that denotes the shift from planning to execution. When a high-level financial institution utilizes such definitive terms, it signifies a transition from policy exploration to policy implementation, and the region is keenly watching for the moment of action. Regional and international reactions to Iraq's currency reform efforts have been overwhelmingly positive and supportive. The International Monetary Fund (IMF) has recently lauded Iraq's ongoing currency modernizations, specifically calling them a vital and necessary step toward achieving long-term exchange rate stability. Even neighboring Gulf nations, notably the United Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabia, have indicated a growing willingness to engage in partial trade settlements using the dinar. This act represents a massive vote of confidence, as neighboring economies only agree to accept a currency for trade settlement when they possess genuine faith in the underlying financial system's strength and stability. The timing of this entire coordinated move is another powerful indicator of its strategic importance. The launch aligns perfectly with the beginning of Iraq's new fiscal year, a period when major monetary and financial decisions like a rate adjustment are traditionally integrated into the annual budget cycles. The remarkable alignment of fiscal planning, the extensive banking system upgrades, and the precise official statements all point toward a deliberate, well-synchronized monetary action. In the world of economic reform, strategic timing is paramount, and Iraq's current moment could not be more intentional, allowing the nation to anchor its entire fiscal policy for the upcoming year on a much stronger currency foundation. Should this three-fold rate increase be activated, the practical implications for those holding Iraqi dinar globally are dramatic. Based on the current exchange rate of approximately 1,310 dinar per US dollar, A shift to the stated new rate of roughly 435 dinar per US dollar would translate to a significant leap in value. For example, 1 million dinar, currently valued at around $760, would suddenly be valued at approximately $280. While this might not represent the final ultimate revaluation figure that some have speculated about over the years, it is unequivocally a massive, legitimate, and substantial step forward, officially signaling the beginning of the long-anticipated reform process. Beyond the benefit to international holders, this change has the potential to fundamentally transform Iraq's domestic economy. A strengthened national currency means that citizens will have significantly greater purchasing power. The cost of all necessary imports will be reduced, and overall public confidence in the financial system will soar. These factors are expected to dramatically increase foreign direct investment, stabilize the nation's trade balance, and create a strong foundation for Iraq to finance crucial infrastructure rebuilding and the modernization of its key industries. This is more than a change in a financial figure. It is the catalyst for a full-scale economic revival. For those who have followed the dinar story closely over the years, the narrative has always been that of a long, calculated process, not a sudden, unplanned event. The established roadmap involves achieving profound economic stability first, followed by necessary digital and systemic modernization, and culminating in controlled, gradual rate adjustments. The Central Bank of Iraq appears to be meticulously adhering to this exact process. This triple rate increase is poised to be the critical green light that initiates a much larger, controlled upward climb toward the dinar's long-term fair market value. Following this move, the world can expect to see smaller denominations enter active circulation. International trade contracts increasingly denominated in dinar, and all global forex platforms updating to reflect the new, revalued figures. This is how a currency reclaims its strength, quietly, deliberately, and with decisive action. Optimism is rapidly spreading throughout Iraqi social media and local news channels. Influencers and financial commentators are largely encouraging patience, assuring citizens that the long-awaited change is finally close at hand. Local news outlets in Baghdad and Basra are now commonly featuring headlines and commentary using phrases like preparing for a stronger dinar and testing new rate structures. The situation has moved out of the realm of the speculative rumor mill and into a full-blown national conversation. When the public narrative so perfectly mirrors the official communication from the central bank, it is a strong indication that a major policy shift is imminent and well-coordinated. While excitement is naturally building, experts are offering a strong caution against panic or making any impulsive moves. The overarching advice remains patience. Wait for the official, verified confirmation directly from the Central Bank of Iraq before taking any action to exchange currency or react to the news. The initial announcement is expected to trigger a significant amount of excitement, confusion, and online misinformation. As is common with such massive financial events, those who maintain calm, follow only verified updates, and act with patience will be best positioned to navigate the coming transition wisely. Financial history consistently demonstrates that rewards favor the patient, not those who panic. This extraordinary moment has been decades in the making. The Iraqi economy has endured tremendous challenges, including multiple wars, international sanctions, and periods of profound instability. Yet the nation now stands on the precipice of a genuine, sovereign recovery. This triple rate increase is far more than a simple financial adjustment. It is a powerful symbol of resilience and national determination. It sends a clear message to the world that Iraq is ready to re-enter global markets as a strong, confident, and reliable economic partner. For international currency holders, it is a significant milestone. For Iraqi citizens, it is a profound source of hope. And for the country itself, it signifies a genuine rebirth. So, what should you expect to see next? The logical next step is an official, public statement from the central bank in the coming days, which will likely be accompanied by public guidance on the precise mechanics of the new rates implementation. The fact that financial systems across the region are actively synchronizing their platforms suggests that the final announcement could be much sooner than later. Once this confirmation is made, every single currency exchange, every international trade settlement, and every major financial forecast involving Iraq will be fundamentally and instantly changed. The countdown to this historic move has truly begun. The signs are pointing in one undeniable direction. The Central Bank of Iraq has meticulously laid the groundwork for this historic event. With a foundation of record, high foreign reserves, sustained low inflation, growing international support and confidence, and a unified public momentum, the triple rate rise appears not only achievable but rapidly approaching. The entire world is watching this development, and for all those connected to the Iraqi dinar, this time period has the potential to be truly transformative. Stay vigilant, remain informed, and remember, every great economic story of recovery begins with one bold, decisive step. And this right here is Iraq's.